Good morning, everyone, and welcome to West Ham Reunited. I'm Andy. It's very strange for me. This is game day, and especially it's a game at home. But I am not there today. The reason for it is I'm still feeling a bit slightly under the weather. So I thought, as it's a lunchtime game, and of course it's also on telly, that I thought I will stay at home and watch the game today. As usual, I'm here for a pre-match discussion, which is West Ham United just in an hour and a half's time kicking off against Newcastle United at home. When you think of Newcastle United, you're probably thinking about a month ago. I remember when they lost to Cambridge in the FA Cup, etc. You're probably thinking this is going to be an easy game, but there's no easy game in the Premier League, is there? So it's a bit of a I think it's going to be a tough game, but I've heard some few injury doubts which they may have. But let's have a look who's in the chat. Matthew, good morning. Morning, mate. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, uh, obviously I was there on the opening game of the season when we played Newcastle at St James's Park. That seems such a long way away. Obviously, um, it just does. It just seems such a long time ago where we done a fantastic performance coming out, eventually winning 4-2 after falling behind twice, which when you think about it, that was when Antonio was in fine form. Obviously, the counter-attacking football. Ben Rama, of course, also scoring a header. It's how far we've come, considering that there was question marks on us. Would we be able to repeat what we done last season, and especially in front of fans? We've managed to get that, and we haven't really looked back. Don't get me wrong, we've had some poor results um, this season where we should be expecting, especially at home. Obviously, we've beat the big boys at home, even Man City in the Carabao Cup. But I think that may be our downfall when it comes to the end of the season. Let's have a look as well what Matthew's saying. Apparently, yeah, I've heard that as well, mate. And obviously, yeah, as you said, Wilson and Trippier being out, which we'll get onto in a second. Whenever I do a pre-match discussion, I'll let you know who the referees are, and I do a few facts about the game. But I'm just going to get straight into it. Ready? So, Newcastle have scored from a direct free kick in each of their last three Premier League matches, with Jonjo Shelvey netting against Leeds and Kieran Trippier striking against Everton and Aston Villa. No team has scored from a direct free kick in four consecutive games in Premier League history. So that obviously Kieran Trippier being out is obviously a big boost for us. Also, but yeah, that they are a threat from set pieces. The Magpies have won their last two Premier League matches at West Ham United. They've never won three consecutive visits against us in the Premier League history. Obviously, that even seems such a long time ago. I remember when I was saying that Aaron Creswell, etc., is done at the club. I remember the start of last season losing 2-0 to a Callum Wilson and Hendricks goal. That is just mad to think that we lost to Newcastle on the opening game of last season. And look how we've overtook them, so to speak. Let's have a look. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier. Following the 4-2 victory in the opening weekend, West Ham are looking to complete the Premier League double over Newcastle for just the third time, previously doing it in 1998 to 1999 and 2018 to 2019 season. Also, David Moyes' side have scored at least one in all of their 12 Premier League home matches this season, the best such 100% record in the competition this term. The Hammers have both scored and conceded in 16 Premier League matches this season, with no side doing that more so often. So as you can see there, we do score goals at home. I'm still expecting a tough game, but David Moyes has got some tough choices to make with regards to this. Does Kurt Zouma come back into the side? Obviously, Issa Diop has been getting some criticism, but when he played last Sunday, I thought he done well. But for me personally, I can see Kurt Zouma coming in. Another questionable position is the right back position. Does Ben Johnson come in for Vladimir Coufal? Coufal, that especially the last 2 or 3 games, has not seen himself. Maybe he needs to be brought off and given the kick up the backside. Because as we've been talking about a lot this season, when Ben Johnson come into the side when Coufal was unavailable, he scored against Villa, and he was solid performance. And in the space of 2 weeks, obviously us losing the back four really did disrupt it. But for me personally, I would love to see Ben Johnson come in. Other questionable positions. Does Mikel Antonio get dropped? For me, I wouldn't drop him. I wouldn't drop him. I think against this side, even though Newcastle have sort of not conceded as much, I still think Antonio and Bowen can really cause some damage. But the real question is Pablo Fornals. I think Pablo Fornals will start again today, but I think Benrahma will come in for Lanzini. For me, when Benrahma and well, even Vlasic as well, when Vlasic come on Sunday, they did make the difference in my opinion. Let's have a look here. Gaza, I hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, that's right. Maximum Andy, how are you? I'm very good, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, yeah, no. Hopefully that is like you said. We don't wish for players to be injured, but it'll be a big boost, obviously, with Kieran Trippier and Callum Wilson also being out. For anyone else who wants to know, the referee today is Chris Kavanagh, and obviously he's quite well known. He's been in charge of a few games for us. Hopefully it doesn't get to his head. But on VAR, we have Gerard Gillett is the VAR. Hopefully not called upon today. Right, so obviously the game is live on BT Sport today, so the coverage will begin at 11:30. So I will be with you until then. As soon as the team news is announced, I will then head off and leave it to the other channels. I know a few do a watch-alongs, but I will go down there and watch the games. So there's a few games taking place as well this weekend. I will get them up for you know. Everyone as well is in the chat. I know the teams are not out and it's a bit early, but what is your predictions for today? Let us know also. Let's have a look here. So let's get the screen up for everyone. So let's get the fixtures up, shall we? Gaza's saying as well that Ben Johnson for him. Right, so Saturday the 19th. So obviously West Ham is the lunchtime game hosting Newcastle live on BT Sport. For me, I am going for a 3-1 West Ham United win. I think Jarrod Bowen will score, hopefully, and Mikel Antonio. And I reckon one of the centre-backs will score today. Hopefully Newcastle's consolation will be later on, but obviously I'm not saying I want them to win. There's a London derby, of course, taking place at the Emirates today, which is Arsenal hosting Brentford. Obviously, Brentford beat Arsenal on the opening game. So, as you can see here, these are the opening day fixtures from the first Premier League season. It's weird how it works it out, because obviously we've played other teams twice, but as you can see there, who remembers that? Brentford beating Arsenal on the opening day of the season. Gaza's saying 2-1 to West Ham. Aston Villa, obviously Steven Gerrard really has turned them around against Roy Hodgson's Watford, which takes place at 3 o'clock today as well. The battle of the Bees, which is Brighton versus Burnley. Burnley obviously need the points. That'll be a tough game, but as you can see, if Brighton pick up points, they are not far behind us. And of course, also, as you can see here, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. A lot of people were saying Crystal Palace will be favourites for relegation at the start of the season, but Patrick Vieira's done a fantastic job and reverting it back against Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. Liverpool also hosting Norwich City. Everyone thinks this may be a banker, but you never know. Dean Smith has got them playing, and they could avoid relegation. Next, Southampton versus Everton. Frank Lampard, he's had a mixed bag of results, really. He's losing to Newcastle, but getting that fantastic win last weekend at home. Obviously, they've won in the FA Cup as well. Really would be a tough game to call upon. And of course, the game taking place at the Etihad at 5:30, live on Sky Sports, which is Manchester City versus Spurs. And the game's taking place on Sunday, which is Leeds United versus Man United. I remember them battles over the years at Ellen Road. The place is obviously they didn't play there last year in front of the crowd with COVID, but I can imagine that being a good atmosphere. And of course, a Midlands derby with Wolves hosting Leicester. So what I'll do is, everyone. what team would you like to see? I know Gaz has put it in there as well. Let us know. For me, I would play Fabianski in goal, Ben Johnson right back, Zuma and Dawson as the centre backs with Aaron Creswell left back. I will play Rice and Souček holding with Jared Bowen on the right. Um, Ben Rama in the middle, Pablo Fornals on the left with Mikel Antonio up front. So yeah, is it? I don't know. I just feel confident today. I think that getting that equaliser at Leicester. Obviously, we started off so well in that first half, and then we sort of dropped off. But to show the character to come back and win, I think that's testament to the mentality what the team has. So yeah, I am feeling confident that we can get a result personally. So yeah, I'm going for a 3-1 victory. Thanks, Gaza. Everyone else in the chat, I can see there's a few people watching. Let us know, what is your score prediction for today's game? What team selection would you like to see? And of course, let us know your goal scorers. And of course, if you haven't already, I am starting. The voting will be taking place on the West Ham Reunited Twitter account and Facebook pages. I've spoke to a few people who have got a few members where we'll be creating the West Ham Reunited all-time Premier League 11. So from Monday, you'll be able to vote on Facebook or Twitter for your favourite goalkeeper. They'll be in categories, so they'll be in groups of 8. Sorry, 2 groups of 4, and the top 2 in each group will then qualify for the final, and then on Friday will be the final day. So, for example, on Monday and Tuesday, you'll have the first group A, where you can vote for your greatest goalkeeper, and then Tuesday and Wednesday will be pot 2. All the votes will be added up, and then on Friday will be the final, where everyone votes, and the winner of that will then be selected in that position. So yeah, as you can see, it'll take like 2 or 3 months, but it'll roughly be at the end of the season is when the team's completed. So that's the reason why I've created that. So definitely look out for that. So yeah, as you can see, actually I'm going to end the stream now. I've just come on briefly to give my brief pre-match on what I think will happen. Like I said, I'm going for a 3-1 victory. And I'll be back later to give my thoughts, maybe straight after the game. I'm not too sure, but probably be sometime today because obviously we've got decent amounts of football matches and, of course, the boxing later. So I may come and do it tomorrow morning. Hope everyone enjoys the game. If you are going to the game, stay safe. And, yeah, I'll be back soon. Thanks for tuning in and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.